Afternoon, Mark Elasbury.
Good afternoon.
It's a great day for you today in Florial. So you are opening your new Casa.
Correct, Casa.
It's in Mauritius. How Nando's has been doing in Mauritius?
Well, we're proud to be celebrating our 10th anniversary this year. It was on the 17th of December 2009 that we opened our first restaurant in Mauritius. And here we are 10 years later, and we've just opened our fifth restaurant in So Flo Shopping Centre in Florial. As you can see, we've spent a lot of time in building and crafting a beautiful restaurant. We have beautiful artwork that we brought in from South Africa. We have an original design by a design outfit called Tin Lab, and they've given us this beautiful Casa.
10 years in Mauritius, was it a easy start when we know that poultry, notion like chicken, and you have bring your way of doing chicken compared to your competitors? Was it an easy market 10 years back when you opened your first Casa in Mauritius?
I don't think opening any business is easy. It certainly wasn't 10 years ago. It had its challenges, and I'm pretty sure that it's 10 years down the road, it would still be a challenging. It's a challenging activity to open up any new business. You're right, Mauritians do love chicken. We're very lucky that our Mauritian customer base has taken a liking to the peri-peri chicken. We've worked exceptionally hard on our product quality. We work exceptionally hard on our customer service. And we're delighted to be here 10 years later, with Nando's being now a household brand. We obviously weren't that many years ago.
What do you understand by a household brand? Is it family? Something when we come here, we are part of Mark's family?
Yeah, so a household brand is a brand that is talked about positively and favourably around the dinner table. And I believe that Nando's is one of those brands that is talked about positively at people's homes. If you come down to one of our Casas on a weekend, you will see big family tables together, 10, 20 people sitting in one long table. My gut tells me that they had planned it and had spoken about it at home. So that's why I like to believe that we are now an established household brand.
Is the Mauritian customer an easy customer? Is workable? Or he has his cases, there's a box, don't go out of the box, does not think of a box?
No customer is an easy customer. I think customers' demands are getting even more challenging for businesses to deliver on. Customers are rightly demanding a lot in respect to quality, experience, and value. As a business, you should feel privileged to have customers coming into your business and spending their hard-earned money in your business, because they have a variety of places that they could go and spend their money at, and when they've chosen you as the business where they want to spend their money, you need to look after them and ensure that they do have a great experience and deliver that value proposition.
Did you have to motionize your products compared to the product that I can go in South Africa? Is it more chili, less chili, more lemon? No, or you didn't have to, it was your product, you have to put your product and let it accepted by the motion customers.
Correct. So Nando's is an international brand. It operates in 26 countries around the world with over 1,200 restaurants. The peri peri chicken is the same chicken that you will find in all of those restaurants around the world. So no, we haven't had to Mauritianize any of our products. The Mauritians have accepted our wonderful peri peri chicken, and no changes have been made to anything. I believe it's the peri peri flavor that consumers around the world love and enjoy, and the Mauritians are no different and accepted it.
But peri peri flavor, do you do it yourself in your cuisine at back end, or is it a product that you buy from a supplier?
So no. So in respect to supply chain, we talk about brand IP products. The bastings and marinades are considered a brand IP product, which comes from Nando's, South Africa. So the chilies that are used, which we refer to as the African bird's eye chili or the pili pili, is a chili that comes from Mozambique. So that's why we refer to Afro-Portuguese with Mozambique. And the secret to the success of that peri peri flavor is the African bird's eye chili, which actually comes out of Mozambique. Nando's has worked with a number of Mozambican farmers, and those farmers grow those chilies for Nando's, and Nando's buys those chilies and then produces the bastings and the sauces in South Africa.
So it's a sustainable business? Equitable?
It's sustainable farming. So what they've done is Nando's has gone into Mozambique and helped less fortunate farmers and brought them out of poverty and given them an opportunity in order to grow chilies for the Nando's business, which is then sold around the world. Those farmers are also trained by professional farmers and coached and have been given the opportunity to run their own businesses.
If I look, I can put a parallel, you're using the same system as the coffee industry has been using, say small farmers but good quality products.
Correct.
Helping them to come from to a higher standard, I can say.
Correct. So sustainable farming, trying to help people in less fortunate situations, and that's what Nando's is about, and that's what some of the coffee companies do.
That's in the DNA of Nando's, because there's D and A in Nando's.
Correct. You talk about DNA. One very important part of the Nando's business, and what we talk about, is how do we make a difference in people's lives. So the chili farm in Mozambique is one of those ways, initiatives where Nando's as a brand can make a difference in people's lives.
So what's new in So Flo, in Floreal? What I know that each Casa has particularities, but I've been told that you have been helping very local artists, local artisans to do your furniture, your decoration.
Yeah, so we have a mixture of artisans that are involved. So in order to build a restaurant in Mauritius, we work with many Mauritian contractors. They have done a fantastic job in delivering this Casa. We've also worked with a number of South African brands. A number of South African companies that produce these beautiful chairs, these tables, the artworks, which come from Spear Art Trust in Cape Town. So there's a mixture of cultures and companies involved that help deliver this beautiful type of Casa.
So I see on your table there's something that I don't understand. you are from South Africa and you say something, come hang out, Mediterranean style. So what does Mediterranean has to do with South Africa?
It's a very good question. It's an espetada, which is a key part of our brand. The flavour is a Mediterranean style flavour. It has nothing to do with the Afro-Portuguese, but the chicken
it's not already. Portugal is nearly in the Mediterranean.
But it's the Mediterranean flavour that's going into that espetada.
How does it taste like? If I'm going to taste it.
Would you like to taste it?
I don't know. But put in my imagination that I'm going to taste. Somebody says that he does not have a taste. You can only imagine by the color, by the ingredients, but you have tasted it much more time. How does it taste?
So there is the flavours on that are still the same, so we have a range of flavours in respect to lemon and herb, mild, hot and extra hot. The flavour on the Mediterranean espetada would give you the range of those flavours based on what you chose. My favourite flavour is a mild. It's not too hot. Slight sweat when you eat it, and a really beautiful product. The Mediterranean side of that comes through a bit of a butter sauce, which is really succulent.
And then something new, this is a kid stuff, milkshake.
The milkshake, yes.
The milkshake it's a kid stuff.
And for adults, I've had a few of those myself. It's just we're often engineering the menu. So every year we launch new products. We must launch probably a year 5 or 6 new products. So this year we've launched new milkshakes. We've launched new frozen drinks, a range of new salads. We've launched new sides. We have sweet potato fries. We have a date, carrot and couscous side. They're really great tasting, and we'll continue to do that. We need to evolve every year with the type of products that we have in Nando's.
Maybe it's a silly question. It's not static. So why do you want to innovate, to expand, to try new things? Because the Mauritians are easily malleable. You can try things with the motion.
Well, I think it's good as a business to always evolve and offer your clients new products. But you will find that a regular customer to Nando's has 1 or 2 meal choices. So a big favourite for people is a half chicken, chips and corn. And you will find that customer comes to Nando's 3 times a month, and he will order the same meal every time. What they might do is when we launch a new product, they'll have a taste and they'll order, for example, the Mediterranean espetada. They'll have it one and they enjoy it, but they'll always go back to their core product. And we find that's very common.
But are you happy whenever you have this type of customers, but your waiter only knows what he's going to
correct
at the end of the service?
Yeah, we have a lot of regular customers where the waiter can walk up to the customer and are we having the same meal again? Yes, sir. And they're right, and off they go. So they know what their customers are eating, and there are a lot of customers like that.
Can you have the number 10 a magic number for you in Mauritius?
Yes, I think it is. It's a wonderful achievement to be here 10 years later. We were new to Mauritius. We hadn't lived in Mauritius and had set up a business before. I'm personally very happy to call Mauritius home. I'm married to a Mauritian. I have two daughters who are Mauritian. So it's been fantastic 10 years.
So I know basic service, but why it's a bit noisy today. What do you feel today? But maybe we are 10 minutes to opening this new Casa in So Flo. How do you feel yourself?
No, I'm feeling very proud to open a new restaurant. I'm feeling very proud of the team that works with me to deliver a new Casa. I'm surrounded by a wonderful bunch of people that are energetic and passionate about the Nando's brand, and without that, I don't think we'd be sitting here talking today.
Have you moved for some members of personnel to come here to So Flo? So person that I knew was at maybe Phoenix or somewhere else in Mauritius has come to So Flo to build up the team?
Yes, there are a couple of people that have been working at our Casa in Phoenix at Bagatelle, and they have relocated up here to work at So Flo. It's a benefit to them in respect that they are living in Kirpip or in Vakwa, so they're closer to their home, and we're lucky to have that experience coming into this Casa and helping the new Nando's out.
Are you giving your secret to them? Maybe to those who have been the most time with you, maybe some have 10 years, 8 years, 7 years, I don't know, of service with you. Have you given some secrets? Your secrets?
We're constantly developing and training people. So, if someone has spent 6 or 7 years at Nando's, when they leave, they're going to be good restaurant operators. They're going to be professional restaurant operators. And we have a number of people that have been with the business 8 years, and they wouldn't still be with us if they weren't great operators, and they are that.
Can I say about Nando's school of restaurants?
Yeah, I suppose you could say Nando's is a school of restaurants. We have 5 Casas on the island. We have a very in-depth training process, all the way, starting at a Nandoka level, going up to an area manager level. Nando's as a system is constantly evolving the Nando's program. And through that program, there's actually opportunity for Mauritian Nandokas to go work at Nando's elsewhere in the world. We've had a number of people that have been working at Nando's Mauritius that now work in Zambia. I know of one person that is now working in Canada at Nando's. So there is a system for people to grow, not just locally but also internationally.
So this is the secret of Nando's, the true secret, that you're able to work here, but if you're very good, you can open your restaurant, or you go elsewhere. You go, as you say, in Canada, Zambia, everywhere. But the true secret of Nando's here?
That is a secret of Nando's, I guess. I think that a true secret for Nando's is, at Nando's we want to make a difference in people's lives, and by making a difference in people's lives, that is something very special about Nando's, and what makes Nando's unique as a company.
Last question, how do you see Nando's Mauritius in 10 years' time? We double the cake.
I would love to say that we have 10 restaurants in Mauritius. We have a huge aspiration to open a lot more restaurants on the island. Yes, so that will be 20 years. Jeez, I'll be an old man there. Hopefully I'll have more hair by then. But I hope that we'll have. What would make me proud is to have 10 restaurants and to have a group of people that work at Nando's that are truly inspired and happy and enjoy coming to work. Again, we want to make a difference in people's lives, and I suppose we're now on that journey to see what we can do 4 people's lives over the next 10 years.
What are your wishes for 2020? That's a good question. 2020.
To not have a cyclone.
Okay.
To not have a cyclone. When we get to this time of year, I'm forever looking at the weather channels because I would hate for the island to be impacted by a cyclone. But you know, with the weather systems changing around the world as they
And
are,
South Africa is getting it's hurt, but
correct. So you know, lots of flooding because of the obviously the evaporation in the Indian Ocean.
There was drought some years ago.
So Rodrigues has been hit every year, and I pray and wish that we don't get impacted by an adverse weather system. We are looking to refurbish our restaurants in 2020. So we are refurbishing Phoenix, we are refurbishing Bagatelle, and I'm also proud to say that Mauritius is also going to be hosting the International Grillers Competition for the Nando's World next year. So in October next year,
In 1 year's time.
correct, Mauritius will have about 100 to 130 people from 24 different countries coming to Mauritius, so that we host our annual International Grillers Competition. So that's going to be, you know, put Mauritius on the...
This is a big project for you then.
Yeah,
For your team.
for the team, and it's a great opportunity to showcase Mauritius to 130 people from 24 different countries, and we're extremely proud of that.
Mark Elasbury, thank you very much. Happy New Evening.
Thank you very
Merry
much.
Christmas and all the best for 2020. I'm sure we will meet in 10-month time for that big event that we are going to put in Mauritius.
Thank you for coming to see me today and wishing you all the best for the festive season.
Thank you.